Hello, Madanjit. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, Sam. Good to see you. It's been a while.
It's good to see you. So, Madanjit, I know you very well, but many people don't. So it'd be good if you could just introduce yourself very quickly.
I'm now the ex-managing director for SAP Concur, which is the global leader in business travel and expense management. I was the pioneer for that role in Southeast Asia and helped build the business.
Yeah, so within that role and within your roles now, a lot of what you do is dependent on building these strong relationships or strong connections with key decision makers. Wondering if you had any thoughts or what you've seen so successful in doing that.
I think essentially for any enterprise software companies or anybody who's trying to build a community out there of senior decision makers, the whole big idea is that you must evangelize to a senior set of people who are either direct buyers or recommenders to your product or services. So that is the very first thing you do. And then the whole idea is, okay, who they are and how do you really get to them?
Yeah, that is the problem. Well, one thing is knowing who they are, and I think now it's quite easy with everybody has a digital footprint. Problem is getting to them, and these guys are typically very busy and very sought after. And what sort of the things that you saw were successful in getting to these decision makers?
The issue is that all of these people who are senior, they have a shortage of time and attention. And obviously, nobody likes to be sold. So the whole idea is how do you get them into a safe zone where you are able to actually come across and build a community of sharing rather than trying to either tell them something or sell them something. We try to do it on our own, but it's really hard work for a variety of reasons. The first one is that when you send off any mail or any phone call or any LinkedIn request, you get boxed in as a vendor. That's the first thing. Your mind is set. I write to Sam and Sam looks at it and says, oh, he's from Concur. He's trying to sell me Concur. And the whole idea is, well, I just want to have a chat leading to the conversation. So you really need a safe professional networking solution. And that's where actually I found Ortus Club.
Maybe it's worth just giving people a bit of understanding of how you engaged the Ortus Club and what you guys actually did with us at the start.
Our problem we were trying to solve was to get through to our decision maker, the chief financial officers or the office of the chief financial officer, people who were sought after and thereby difficult for us to reach. When I met you, Sam, and what I like about your approach and the same about your team is you put some good ideas on the table and you took away what I was trying to do and did a lot of hard work, which I really appreciate.
You're right. If we sent the invitations as the Ortus Club, I like to think of it as a bit of a side door, a softer approach. I just want your thoughts on how this year is shaped out and how kind of C-level engagement will change as a result of COVID-19.
I think COVID-19 is going to accelerate this particular trend which I was talking about. High quality, highly personalized, contextual contact. And whether it is people sitting in a real restaurants or on the Zoom call, people have made that transition remarkably well because there was really no choice. People will look to good quality networking sessions rather than getting mobbed by webinars, which are of no use.
In a way, it made the B2B marketeers' life more difficult because these decision makers, they haven't got as many opportunities outside the confines of their home for networking. And I think actually B2B marketeers have struggled a little.
I also think that because of COVID, the sales teams are kind of constrained with what they can do. So a lot of heavy lifting is being done by marketing. So I think it is something which is a change which has crept into our lives in a very good way. I would say marketing organizations will have a hybrid approach to in-person as well as in-camera kind of events. And I think people will be given a choice. Second point is this whole idea about executive connect will need to get sharper and sharper. So I would say marketing organizations will have to look at their budgets and say, let's not waste any money on generic initiatives. Let's look at somebody that whether we can see somebody across the table or across a Zoom panel, or at least somebody who is a senior buyer or a recommender. I think that is what is going to happen.
Well, Madanjit, it's always great to chat. It's always a pleasure. I really hope that soon I'll be allowed back to Singapore and be able to buy you that beer. Hopefully see you soon.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, I wish you well. Ortus is really doing a fabulous job to us. So I wish you well.